Hello my lovelies, welcome to my channel. I was looking for some brads in one of my storage containers and came across a little container that had some homemade washi in that I did years ago. And my lovely sister-in-law was sitting here and she said, "What do you mean homemade washi?" She said, "How do you do that?" I said, "Well, I'll show you." So this is what I did, and I've set this up, and she said that would be probably a good idea if I could show everyone how it's done, so that somehow along the line there may be people who don't know what homemade washi is, don't know how to do it, live in a remote area and they can't have a ready access to it. So this is what I've done. I've used a white bag that I got from a shop the other day I was in. I've put I've put double-sided tape in strips along the back. There's the double-sided tape that I used. I've put them along the back, turned it over, and then I've coloured the backgrounds in with inks. Very simple, just get a little brush and rub it off. I haven't been very cautious with these. I've just gone willy-nilly because I like the effect of almost a tie-dye appearance. So you've got your lumps and your bumps and all that sort of stuff going on. And I rather like the look of that in a homemade washi. This one here looks like it's been tie-dyed because I just did a blotch of yellow and a blotch of orange and a blotch of mahogany and a blotch of some green. So, you know, and if I forget to rub it off, well then I forget and I get an extra thick dark piece there. That does not worry me either. So once you've got the colour range that you want, the colour depth you've got, you can then start the stamping process. That's good enough for me at the moment. I'll just put those over there. Now I have in my stamping area these. Now they are, I've got still some in here but that I haven't used. They're border stamps. You can use them for all sorts of things, but they're absolutely wonderful for doing homemade washi. Let me just pop that over there. So I've got my acrylic block. I've got one of the stamps on. It's the zigzag one. I happen to like that. Other way around. Stamp up, ink up, sorry, and press down in the middle or as close to as the middle you can. Don't rock it too much, and whatever you do, don't press on the bottom of the edge of the stamp holder because you will end up with a blotchy mess like this. That's what I did there. Someone's just using the garbage bin to put some lawn clippings and stuff in. A little bit of a double stamp there because I dropped a darn thing. See, I pressed down and I got an extra thick bit there, so I'm not impressed with myself. Now I take this one off and put buttons one on. I rather like this little stamp. It's cool. So once you've got all these stamped, what we do then, let me just finish this one and then I will show you So I've just used a white paper bag for this one, but you can use tissue paper. You can use any lightweight paper you like, even tracing paper, because it just needs some lightweight paper. It doesn't need to be heavy stuff. Use heavy stuff and it's just like using scrapbook paper, or you can use that too. Now, scissors. Now I'm going to turn it over because that way I can see where the edge of the double-sided tape is, and I'm going to cut along that right up close to the edge as I possibly can. Now I'm also going to do the other side, because as you can see here, it is not neat and tidy. I want my washi to look neat and tidy. Keeping as close to the washi, to the double-sided tape as you possibly can. Okay, so now I have a piece of washi tape, and all you need to do is cut off the portion that you want, turn it over, take off the backing strip from the double-sided tape, and look at that. Voila, you have double-sided tape. It is absolutely wonderful. I did a little piece before I turned the camera on with the buttons, and I'll use that much this time. I'm concentrating, sorry. This is what happens when I don't use the tools that I have. It takes me 15 times as long to get something undone. So let's go back to our trusty dusty quick pick, quick stick, sorry. And look at that washi. And it's see-through, just like washi, because it's lightweight paper. So really, that is all you have to do. Just telling you again, get some lightweight paper, a white plastic bag, it's light. You can use your glassine bags, or the paper that you use to make glassine bags, you can use that. Put your double-sided tape out in rows, and then turn it over, color it, and then stamp until your little heart's content, and you have enough washi to last you for a little while. So if you are struggling to find washi tape or to access it, you live in a remote area, you don't have a craft shop close to you, and you want washi, use the color ink that you're using on your project, and then choose an appropriate stamp. You don't have to use border stamps all the time. I'll show you that in just a minute when I've cut this piece off. I'll come back and trim that later. I'll also trim this piece off here because I want to show you that you can use any stamp that you've got. I won't cut the whole lot, I'll just do some of it, like about half. All right, now an acrylic block, a stamp. Now an overall, oh, that one might be nice, a flourish. We're not going to use the whole flourish, we're just going to use part of it. Now I'm going to elect to use the top section there. So I'm just going to stamp a little bit and then come in here and stamp. Now I'm going to turn it around just because I want the pattern to be alternating and a little bit different. But you can make whatever pattern, whatever style, whatever color you need or want. And if you make excess, just roll them around your fingers. Oops, didn't roll that one very well. And you can store these in any little container you've got. I'll just use another roll of washi tape to show you what I mean. because I don't have a little container here that is empty. So I've got this store-bought washi, which is beautiful. But if you've got a little round container, you can put your washi into it and it will expand out to the size of your container. Just like that. So you know that that's going to be nice and safe for years, as I have discovered. I think I would have made mine about 10 years ago. And it's done. It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I'm going to go and finish the rest of this one while you're watching, and then I'll turn the camera off and cut them all apart. Oops, turn it over, because I don't want to stamp up here. I've got to cut that off. That's just going to defeat me if I don't. Sorry. But it is simple, easy, and fun to do. And doing the upside down thing like I'm doing, your washi tape is multi-directional. It doesn't have to go on one place or in one direction. You can put it whichever, wherever you want. Okay, that's done. You can also use your different coloured inks to highlight and coordinate with the stamping side of things. Sorry, I'm just going to clean my stamp. I'll do the borders later, but I need to get this one nice and clean. Okay, that's done. Up and cut apart my little strips of washi. And this is what I've ended up with. So for maybe 3 inches from a paper bag, I've got all of this pretty stuff that I can play with. You know, it's not too shabby when you really think about it. Let me just measure the height of these. Okay, 4¼ inches. And I've got all of these. So I can either roll them up like I showed you before, or I can get a clip and I can hang them. Just by getting the ends together nice and neatly. Even the shorter pieces can go on here. If you have room in your crafting area and a spare hook on the wall or on a cupboard, you can store these this way and it keeps them nice and straight. Or you can cut them into pieces and put them into a flat container. You know, how you store them really is up to you. So that then can now hang on a cupboard. So they're very versatile. You make your own patterns, your own colours. You store them any which way you like and have fun with them when you want washi tape. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.